Back out here at the Christian Village. Christian Village is Lincoln's only faith-based retirement community and is the area's leader for senior living and healthcare services. The Village provides quality, compassionate care in a loving Christian environment. They offer a wide array of living options for older adults, such as independent living, rehabilitation, skilled nursing, and memory care. The Christian Village, located at 1507 7th Street in Lincoln, a community of compassion. And right now, Josh Komnick, the furniture guy, Jake Johnston, and a coach is always happy when he comes in on Saturday, but I just see a little more pep in the step today, and a big reason why, Coach, your first W as a Railer head coach. Were you able? I know Jake asked you. Were you able to get to bed somewhat early last night?
I wouldn't say early, but once I did hit the sack, I think I slept pretty well. Slept like a baby.
Good, good. Coach, before we get into all the particulars of a action-packed and fun-filled game, we also have Garrett Cooper here also joining us. So we're going to talk with Garrett about that game that the Railers break out right before overtime hits. We get a run-in from Andy Cruz from 3 yards out to seal the victory for the Railers with no time on the clock after a pass interference call by Lanphier. And we also got the QB, James Leisinger, here. So we're going to talk with those guys along with Coach. Coach, give your analysis of the game before we get into all the particulars on how you felt about it and coming in and what you had to practice for coming up with. I know you had a tall task in getting ready for Everett Clemens, which he did about as much as he could probably do for the Lions. But give us your overall thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the game, and we communicated with the kids and watched a little film that we knew that we had to play a very strong defensive game. We had to secure the ball offensively. I think we knew that Clemens was going to be very dangerous. He's one of those backs that we can have a played great on defense, but until we wrap up and the whistle blows, I mean, he's a potential risk of breaking a long one, as he showed last night. But I think the guy is very, very pleased with the effort from the start of the game to the end of the game. I thought we played just 4 quarters of really hard, tough football. Played pretty disciplined, other than a few too many penalties. But guys never gave up. We got down and gave up the big 94-yard run, and the heads didn't drop. The guys just fought harder. Very proud of him. Yeah,
you're right, and that's a victory for the Railers, 32-26. And Coach, basically going into the first quarter, as I was listening on 96.3 to the coach and Bobby V, going down 12-0. Of course, Everett Clemens on a 19-yard run, and then the big one, like you said, the 94-yard run. What were your thoughts after basically two runs and 2 touchdowns? And can we catch this guy?
Yeah, and again, I think it was just more concerned as to our mental frame of mind that, again, not wanting the guys to let up and get discouraged, and knew that we felt like we could move the ball on them. We already had been a little bit, and just keep our heads up and keep playing hard.
Yeah, and it looks like basically you get a late score in the first quarter on was that a Schlater blocked kick block? He blocked a kick and then ran it in.
No.
Okay, we'll have looking here on the stats. Kick blocked and Lincoln.
No, that's for the our extra-point kick was blocked.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, Schlater was the attempter. Okay, but the 4-yard the run by Moses Rogers there in the first quarter, 30-yard run. You haven't seen a lot of Moses, and he's back now, and it seems like he was a huge factor in the game last night.
He did. He was. We know Moses is very quick and a slash-type runner, but he ran really hard last night. He broke a lot of tackles and did a great job for us, had a big night.
Yeah, Moses Rogers rushed for 18 times for 105 yards in that football game. But after that, kind of traded touchdowns, and when you got down into the second quarter, what kind of started clicking offensively for you?
Well, I think we were moving the ball well. We were able to get some pass offense going a little bit. James had a good night, and that opened things up. They were blitzing hard up the middle and going towards our motion, and ran a couple counters, and we were able to get outside on some plays. And again, line did a great job blocking and sustaining some blocks and getting downfield. It felt like our backs and receivers made some big blocks on us to get us some extra yards also.
And speaking of James, we've got James right here behind us, and also Garrett Cooper. James, want to ask you a question here. You were 8 of 12 last night and 168 yards. Was there anything different last night that you were able to to see your receivers better? Were they better cuts? I know I was out at the game the other night. Of course, it was a mess, rain and everything, but a week ago. But last night it seems like you were on and had one of your better games.
Yeah, we had a really good practice week, and the receivers were running real hard, and the line did a really good job last night compared to the weeks before. So I had a lot more time to see my options down the field and make a good pass.
And a big option for you last night was Logan Armbruster, and he had 5 catches for 116 yards, and Zach Schlater 2 catches for 42 yards, for Andy Cruz 1 for 10, and if you can find those guys and open up the holes with the running game that you've got, seems like it helped out a lot last night.
Yeah.
Coach, coming into to the game, did you know you were going to be able to pass a little bit more on Lanphier as you did to possibly Jacksonville?
We had hoped we could, and again, we had looked very good in practices last week, so we had and we knew that was pretty essential for our offense to open it up and I guess lessen that aggressiveness up the middle and spread out a little bit.
24-18 after half, and then the third quarter, another big scoring quarter for the Railers and basically the Lions. 19 points for the Railers in the third quarter, and 18 for Lanphier. A lot of the same old stuff. Coach, at halftime, did you make any adjustments, or did you just stay with what was working?
Stayed pretty much what was working. Made a couple adjustments as far as some on the line calls James has been quarterbacking now for over 2 years, and give him a little more leeway as far as making some adjustments on the line, and I think that helped out.
As the Railers offense was clicking, as was the Lions, and I'm just reading some comments from Coach Nixon from Lanphier. Offensively, they had everything working. Also, they were moving the football. They just had some drive-stopping errors, some stuff they have to clean up a little bit more. But I'll tell you, one thing I noticed was some big defensive plays stepping up. Maybe for first and second and third down, but some big fourth play downs. Pickups by the defense that were able to get you guys the ball a little quicker.
Oh yeah, our defense again I think played a great game. Had a great plan, and Coach Odom calling the defense up there in the box, and again I think our guys played real hard and were flying the ball, and as good a game as Clemens had, I think our defense still played a heck of a game. We gave up a couple of the real big plays, but we bent a lot, but other than those couple of big plays, didn't break much, and really toughened up on a couple of those fourth downs.
Garrett Cooper also in here, joining us here on the cheap seats, a senior running back and outside linebacker. Garrett, were you having to chase down Mr. Clemens last night a little bit?
Yeah, he's pretty fast. It's hard to keep up with a guy with that kind of speed.
Did anything in the defense that you saw that you were able to get used to, maybe when Clemens running a lot of the same plays, were you able to pick on that? I know he scored a lot basically in the first 3 quarters, and in the fourth we kind of shut him down a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much we knew that if they were going to run, he was going to get the ball, and the receivers they would scoot in when we knew they were going to block or they were going to pass. So,
in practice this week, did you have Coach Ryan dress up in a Lanphier uniform and try to judge the speed of Everett Clemens, or what did you do in practice this week to try and emulate that speed, or could you?
Usually in practice we'd have Coach Hodem throw the football, but he went out as a receiver, and we had one of our faster guys get the ball and run it.
No Coach Ryan, though? No,
Coach Ryan.
All right, darn it. Okay, that's good. And then, Coach, fourth quarter was the big quarter, of course, for you. We like I talked about that big stop. I think it was Clemens was fourth and 2 or something, and I'm thinking the game he had 30 rushes for 328 yards, 3 touchdowns. They've got the ball fourth and 2. From about the 45, and I think it was Schlater. Zach Schlater makes a big stop late in the game and turns the ball over to you with 53 seconds later. Right there, I said that probably the play of the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so. And there were a lot of play of the games.
Right.
But that was huge. That was a big boost for us. They're moving the ball, and to stop him there with a 4th and 2 was just a great effort by our defense out there.
Yeah, and then Leisinger completes to Armbruster and Rogers for 25 and 24 yards. And then Slater picks up 7 on 3 rushes. The Railers got to the Lanphier 7 with 9.4 seconds left. You got 9.4 seconds left, Coach. What kind of play did you run, and were you kind of throwing it up there maybe in hopes that our guy would get it or we would get an interference call?
Well, no, we were taking a shot for the end zone, and the play was caught. Nice catch by Logan, but he was pulled down even, and very obviously even way before the ball got there, the guy was all over him. And then I didn't even see James get hit late. But yeah, I think it gave us another shot at it also, and the guys stepped up. Yeah, we got. So you moved from the 7 down, I believe, to the 3, and as I'm listening on the radio, Leisinger comes over to you, I believe, and you're talking about it. And Coach Bobby V and Coach Schweitzer are telling you got to take a timeout. We're gonna get moved back here, and I think you guys do take a timeout. In that timeout, what were you talking about? Kicking it, going for it, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we actually, we had several of our captains are still out there on the field, and a lot of seniors, and I kind of asked them, you guys, you want to go for the score? You want to kick the field goal and present it to Logan also? I knew we were over on the left hash there, and that was going to be a little trickier kick, and so decided to go for it. And again, all of our backs were running really hard, and felt like there were several different plays that we could have run and felt pretty confident about. They had kind of been keying on Andy through most of the game. He hadn't been running the ball as much in the second half, and decided to go with the gut up the middle, and the line wanted to go up the middle, and they got off the ball and got some movement on the line.
You've talked about several times you've been on here on the Chief Seats that this is the biggest line that maybe Lincoln's had for quite a while. Did that help you in that decision even more?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, again, they've last night we were able to kind of to rotate some more guys in, so I don't think that the fatigue issue was as big of an issue. We got a lot of guys in last night, and I think that even made the win even more special. That a lot more players that were contributing on the field than we have in recent weeks, and so we were a little fresher.
Sure. 3 yards out, and it sounds like a 33 dive was the play call, and Mr. Cruz was happy that call was played. He gets in, no time on the clock. A win. Is it your first win as a head coach? I mean, I know you coached before. Were you ever a head coach before here?
Not in football.
So the first one for Coach Andy McDonald, and an exciting one nonetheless. And going through some of those stats that we've got here. Of course, the Railers win 32-26. Railers 1-3 now. Moses Rogers 18 rushes, 105 yards. Cruz rushes 13 times for 52 yards and a huge touchdown to seal the victory. Leisinger throws for 8 for 12, 168 yards. Armbruster catches 5 balls for 116 yards. Everett Clemens was the main man basically for the Lions. 30 rushes on 328 yards, 3 touchdowns. From now, James, you've got next week coming up. What do you take out of this win, and as a senior captain and going forward this week in practice? I would assume that the guys will be a little more pumped up for practice.
Yeah, hopefully we can hit hard the first couple days, and then see if we can get some more passes in this week, because we know the line
He's a quarterback. All he wants to do is pass. He's tired of handling the ball.
We know the line can pass. Pass block a little better now,
right.
And we can get outside on some weaker cornerbacks.
So basically what you're saying is you're ready for the play call and to adjust a little bit so you can get some more passes going.
Either that or let me run it a little bit.
That's what I was thinking.
As he's looking at Coach.
He loves the option play because he's got a chance to keep it himself. And James, we kind of tease him, about his lack of height as a quarterback. But, man, when he gets in the open field, he's a pretty quick, shifty, and obviously a very hard runner out there also. James,
who you got next week?
Southeast, I believe.
Southeast. At Southeast. At Southeast. So the Railers will be taking on Southeast. Is that on Friday, Coach?
Yes.
Friday, good. James, before we let you go, plans after high school, after your season with the Railers over and you graduate from Lincoln High School, what are your future plans?
I'm planning on going to a 4-year college. I don't know yet.
Okay.
To either study music business or just a marketing degree.
Okay. Cool. Well, James, we've enjoyed. I know it's not your last game, and hopefully not your last time on here, but we've enjoyed watching you as a quarterback, and thanks for putting all the hard work in as a Railer. Garrett Cooper, step up. Garrett, after Lincoln High, What are your future plans after you graduate?
I plan on going to Carbondale,
Okay.
Down south. I want to study some kind of engineering or horticulture,
Okay, cool.
So.
And what's here? You got 6 games left, 4 or 5 games left. What are your what's going to be the one game that you look forward to the most?
I'm really looking forward to Chatham.
Okay.
Because we've been.
What you really mean is you're looking forward to next week.
I really look forward to next week because I'm pretty sure
Coach
we
right
can
in front
come
of
off
me. Come
this
on,
win.
step up.
But yeah, Chatham. I think we just gotta. I don't know. This is just a fire in Chatham.
Sure.
We've been playing each other since JFL. It's win loss every year. So it's this year. We're gonna get the win.
Your rivalry. There you go. I like that thinking. Garrett, thanks for coming in. And Coach, real quick, give us what's going to happen against Southeast next week.
Yeah, I expect them to be kind of a similar team with Lanphier in a way that they're going to have some speed and they're going to have some explosive backs. And I think last 2 weeks we've taken a couple of big steps forward as a team. And again, we've got to work real hard this week and just keep getting better. And again, we've been very pleased with how hard the guys are going. We feel like there's no complaint as far as the effort throughout the week and on Friday nights. I'm just very pleased at the leadership of these guys here and some other seniors and keep us on track.
Coach, keep it going. Congratulations on your first W as a head coach, and look for many more. And good luck next week.
Thank you.
Hey, I want to run down the schedule or the scoring real quick from the Central State 8 as Garrett Cooper says Glenwood is his favorite team to play against. They put a whooping on Jacksonville last night, 42-24. Glenwood 3-1 in the overall record right now. Sacred Heart Griffin, a little shocker to me, 42. Rochester 14. So it looks like Griffin is kind of back on track after they took maybe one loss last year from Rochester. Griffin 4-0. Rochester falls to 3-1 now. Benson-Fenton beat Southeast 20-16 last night. Benson-Fenton is 4-0, and Southeast drops to 0-4 right now. And then Taylorville and Springfield will play today. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I want to thank Coach and James Leisinger and Garrett Cooper for coming in. We will have Ryan Edgecombe, the chaplain, out here at the Christian Village, stopping in. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.